Being a minority in our community, we've seen certain actions that these conspiratorial theorists have talked about actually happen in our communities.
Tell us what they are. I'm having a little trouble getting it from the civilians here.
Well,
you look like you're from IBM compared to the rest of the group.
I guess so.
Yeah. We can spot you from the air, Bob. You better get yourself your fatigues here.
I don't want to get spotted from the air.
Yes, you are. You're serious about this. Please, I want this audience to know. Oh, show them the film. This is from Michigan. Let me just, while we're showing it, you can make your case.
The basic problem is rather simple, and Americans have become concerned that here in the United States we're losing our constitutional rights. We are slowly being moved into what amounts to being a one world, and that's George Bush and Gorbachev's words, a one world, new world order. And what that amounts to basically is socialism, one world socialism, and if you don't like it, you're going to be moved off someplace where they can control you. And the problem is, in terms of the militia across the United States, this is exactly what we're addressing. It has nothing to do with racism, as I guess our compadre from Ohio would testify. It has nothing to do with a handful of crazy people running through the woods and practicing to shoot unknown, mysterious people. We already are witnessing, as we talk today, Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico is under martial law, folks, that everybody said would never happen. That's as we speak today.
This has to do with the sweep of public housing for drugs and weapons in Puerto Rico.
That's the excuse that's being used. Now, the only point they don't make is that the tremendous tonnage of cocaine and narcotics coming into the United States is being done on C-130 military aircraft. It's been that way since all the way back in the 80s, and it was part of the Oliver North business with bringing in the drugs and the guns down to the Contras. That's where the drug problem comes
You're afraid of the suspension of what you believe is your right to bear arms. That's really at the root of this.
No,
you're afraid the feds are coming along to take your guns away.
My basic concern is what kind of a country am I going to leave my children? I am very, very concerned about that. And that's the reason that I'm in the militia, is what kind of a country am I going to leave for my children?
Yeah, that's the same way with me, Phil. You know.
Yeah, you're the chaplain,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Really?
At 63, my youngest daughter just had a little girl. Well, she's a year old now, and I was amazed that at 63 I started to really appreciate this little person, and so that's what I'm concerned about.
I still don't know what the hell you're doing in these funny outfits here. What are you concerned about, gentlemen? What's going to happen? You're finessing me here. You think that the feds are coming, they're going to suspend the Constitution, they're going to take your guns away, and you're practicing, and when they come, you're going to pop them one.
It's already happened.
Wait a minute. What do you mean it's already happened? Oh, you mean in the inner cities?
In inner cities, it's already happened.
We have.
You said public housing. It's also been public and private areas also. Shreveport, Louisiana is a great example. It's also happened in Chicago. Yeah. They killed a guy in Boston doing that.
So you're effectively in the militia in order to what?
Preserve our constitutional rights.
And how will this express itself, this preservation?
This preservation, what we do in Ohio is we arm people with knowledge, is what we do.
The knowledge that your rights are eroding.
That is correct.
You got to say
all right, stop it right there. I'm gonna come back and play more. We're gonna go into overdrive today, and tomorrow I'll probably play this for the full AM and FM audience. If you just Google American Militia Media Spin into Google, it'll come up. American Militia-Media Spin. You can go to Infowars.com and watch. Well, there's links to hours of this stuff if you want. But this is the type of stuff we're dealing with here. Just the outright demonization. See, most of these guys were former military intelligence, or they had sources in that, and that's when Delta Force started buying off local governments, CIA takeover, government narcotics trafficking expanding, and they were doing drills for gun confiscation. And I then woke up a few years, or right after this, about a year after this, started going and videotaping these drills and seeing it for myself, and I found out, my God, these old guys on TV are telling the truth. And then here we are a few years later, 15 years later, right down getting our throats slit. It's all coming to a head. Stay with us.
High fuel prices for gasoline and diesel are taking a huge bite out of budgets for individuals and businesses. But there is something you can do. Fuel Saver Incorporated's Fuel Enhancer formula will not only stretch each gallon of fuel further for mere pennies per treated gallon, but also cleans fuel injectors, pumps, and reduces emissions. Average improvement in fuel economy typically ranges from 8 to 20% or more, saving you 30 to 80 cents on each gallon of fuel at the pump. Now there's a boost for your budget. Fuel Saver Incorporated's product is completely safe for your vehicle, gas or diesel. In fact, the product is currently in use in motorcycles, cars, trucks, buses, RVs, boats, ships, and locomotives. Go to FuelSaverInc.com today. That's FuelSaverInc.com. Or call toll-free 866-768-7811. Call now, 866-768-7811. Or go to FuelSaverInc.com. Fuel Saver Fuel Enhancer. Start saving on fuel today.
Terror Storm, a history of government-sponsored terror. Loose Change Final Cut. Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. The True Story of the Bilderberg Group. The Late Great USA. America, Freedom to Fascism. These are just a few of the hundreds of powerful documentary films and books available at truthnews.us and prisonplanet.com. When you visit prisonplanet.com, you can connect to our amazing online store. Whether you're looking for survival and wellness products like Berkey water filters, or you would like a book on the history of the Federal Reserve, we've got the most well-researched and documented titles, all available at prisonplanet.com. Or if you'd like, you can give the InfoWars store a call at 888-253-3139. Or you can view more than 1,000 titles in super high quality right now at prisonplanet.tv. Knowledge is power, and the information you need to effectively wake up your fellow man and fight the New World Order is available right now at truthnews.us and prisonplanet.tv. Join the InfoWar today.
Keep out of reach of children under 6 years of age. If you accidentally swallow more than used for brushing, seek professional assistance or contact a poison control center immediately. Why would you or your family use a product with this warning? If you're looking for a safe and natural alternative to keep your teeth healthy, clean, and sparkling, then you need Solé Smile All-Natural Tooth Powder, the first tooth powder of its kind. Solé Smile contains 84 mineral-rich Himalayan sea salt,
how many minutes into that clip are we?
And xylitol, a sugar substitute with
5 minutes.
Join the InfoWar today.
Keep out of reach of children under 6 years of age. If you accidentally swallow more than used for brushing, seek professional assistance or contact a poison control center immediately. Why would you or your family use a product with this warning? If you're looking for a safe and natural alternative to keep your teeth healthy, clean, and sparkling, then you need Solé Smile All-Natural Tooth Powder, the first tooth powder of its kind. Solé Smile contains 84 mineral-rich Himalayan sea salt, baking soda, a 90-day money-back guarantee.
Final segment for folks listening on the GCM radio network. But I'm going to go into overdrive, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes. One place only. Infowars.com, prisonplanet.com. One stream only. One place to get it is the internet at those specific streams, not the Genesis streams, not any other streams. You know, just to see how right these men were, to see how on target they were, and to see how they were ridiculed and laughed at by the brainwashed, dumbed-down mass of people in that audience. But now you go to YouTube and Google and you see these clips, and every single person's agreeing, unless it's some CENTCOM handle guy getting paid $100,000 a year to bring his country down. I am sick of all the people in government who still go along with this evil, claiming you're the patriots, claiming you're the good guys, that you're getting rid of our freedom for America. You're doing that to make sure the bankers can rob the living daylights out of us. Let's play a few more minutes of this clip. Here it is.
This preservation, what we do in Ohio is we arm people with knowledge, is what we do.
The knowledge that your rights are eroding.
That is correct.
You got to say this, friends.
Right.
If you don't say this, this audience is going to not know what. You look like a barbershop quartet. Oh no, you're 6 guys. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. What is the American people? You're holding out on me. You are not coming through to me.
Your eyes get too big. I can't get any more.
Well, tell them what.
Here's what the American people are concerned about.
All right, I'm ready to learn here.
Every day, the American people from all across the country call us, and they tell us 2 things. One, there's too much government. There's too much federal intervention into our states and into our personal lives, that our states are losing our sovereignty. Back up. Give the control back to our local elected officials. Let's uphold our sheriffs. Let's give power back to our sheriffs, who we esteem highly, who is our only elected law official in this country. Back off federal government. Give the states some power again. That's what the people are concerned about.
And by the way, Phil, what? In reference to that, in reference to the possibility of them being a quartet, we have turned it into a huge singing organization of governors. As of today, the governors are wrapping up a convention. The governors of the United States of America have said exactly what Mr.
That the federal government is taking too much power.
Exactly, and that the governors need it back in their own backyards.
Right.
Phil, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Well, all right, I'll go ahead.
Okay, that's good. That's good. When we go into overdrive, I'll play the last 3 minutes of that clip.